Simon and Schuster Audio presents an Inner Traditions audiobook, The Path of Elemental Witchcraft, a Wyrd Woman's Book of Shadows, by Salicrow, read by the author. Forward, The Elements of Magic, Anne-Marie Keppel. In your hand, you hold one of the most important and sacred keys of our time, from the graveyard to the heavens above, and everywhere betwixt and between. The key you hold opens gateways into self-healing, ancestral healing, the healing of other beings, and the healing of our own precious planet. Sound extraordinary? Indeed it is. Allow the possibility that the key you possess is not just turned with your hand, it's turned with your gaze, your senses, and your heart. You were born with your own unique key, but with no instructions on how to unlock your greatest magical and healing potential. Many of us have not known what to do with ourselves or how to be with ourselves. We were not taught in school. We may or may not have been given support at home. And we probably were not taught in our community. In a rush for success and power, we have externalized all sources of such, so we walk blindfolded through an unmagical, unforgiving, lonely world. Our lives can often feel meaningless, empty, devoid of anything sacred, and tremendously mundane. The path of elemental witchcraft guides you through techniques of self-opening, self-empowerment, and connection to all that is seen and unseen with a foundation of curiosity and possibility. Through stories of phenomena, ordinary life, recipes, and magical potential, Salicrow offers techniques for turning everyday objects into sacred tools in ways that alter what we see, hear, smell, taste, touch, and sense. As a death educator and death doula, I'm constantly encouraging individuals and families to put in the healthy work of discussing their ending, to feel their mortality so as to fully awakened to the awe that living really is. Without deeply examining our roots and bones, without looking into the dark caverns of our fearful mind, we cannot have any way of understanding how much light there really is. We need death to show us life. We need dark to show us light. And we need guidance to understand how these play out in our lives, past, present, and future. Fortunately, the path of elemental witchcraft is such a guide. When it's my time to die, I want to be comfortable in my surroundings. In the ideal dying, my closest people have drawn a boundary that signifies where my death nest begins and where the outside world stops. I've imagined that I'm in my own bed with sunlight shining on my face. Carefully chosen music will aid my transcendence, and my favorite scents of roses and vanilla will draw my consciousness deep into my core and then project it out through the top of my head. My grand escape, my final bow, will be as extraordinary as any ordinary death. I've imagined this. I've imagined that I am old. I've imagined how peaceful my transition will be. Yet because the time of our death is unknown and death in general is an enigma, I must not only carefully visualize my ideal dying, but also carry the understanding that the unseen world is constantly at play and does not abide by any human rules or preferences. Like a paved road that heaves open with frost, exposing the earth beneath, we too are subject to Earth's great power. I must live my life in awe of living within the unpredictable world and never pass a tree, a rock, a tangle of shrubbery without recognizing that its presence is just as valuable as my own. In this way, no one ever dies alone. It may not be the scenario that was perfectly imagined, but it will always be witnessed. When you live knowing that, you are seen by much more than the human eye. You can take full comfort that you are never alone.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?